Hello everybody and welcome back to RogueTech, where we are apparently taking part in an insurance scam, and we need to defend this base. Now there are some turrets involved, a heavy mortar turret and a sniper artillery emplacement. Those will actually be very useful here. We see a fire starter that we are against. We also see an assassin, a second fire starter, a ripper, a sprint, and a chameleon. So nothing too scary up there, but we do need to get closed in. We're not in combat right now, and we need to make our way as in as we can and try to get some LOS here. Our Epimetheus will close in. Our Centaur is going to run a bit ahead, as usual. And let's see what they end up doing. We're now entering combat, and it is our Centaur that will end up moving first, which is unsurprising. And we're just going to position it here out of LOS of all of these guys. We'll let them advance a bit. So we see a sprint moving up, firing on this medium military building. This is a potential target for us, but it probably has a lot of evasive with that move. 12, yes. It is very weak, though, 110 in terms of its armor. So we might be able to take that down pretty quickly. We can fire on it with our Bandersnatch from here. So I'm going to do exactly that. We're not going to get a better shot with our Bandersnatch for a while, so we might want to pop up some heat as well. Not the best hit odds in the world, but let's see what we get done. Very little. I believe that was 6 damage. Well, that's definitely less damage than I expected out of 15% hit odds, but it was 7 total damage. I guess it'll do. So next up is going to be phase 19. That will be our assassin here. Or not our assassin, their assassin. We'll see where that ends up going. Heading out over this way, firing indirect on our Black Knight.
Stop.
Fascinating.
Just embarrassing yourself.
Okay, so this fire starter closes in a little bit. Most of these guys are not going to be in a position to attack, except for the helicopters. Bombs on that base. Okay. Fancy. But that, of course, means that they can't damage us. So that's fine. Our Grasshopper is going to move out over here. We could fire on this sprint. Hit odds are incredibly low. So I think we'll probably not. I don't think it's worth firing at 5%. So we'll just close in. The Black Knight might be worth firing. We'll see. We can sprint up over here, but it's out of range. Or actually, we can't turn. But that's fine. We'll just position there. Okay, so next up would be our Epimetheus. This is still mostly just closing in. We need to take up a position out over here. But we'll see what they end up doing. That chameleon closes in a little bit, and the real question is, what do our turrets do here? That'll be interesting. We'll find out. So the Marauder is going to position right here, actually, and we can fire on this sprint. Low hit odds, but I'm going to give it a go. We didn't hit anything there, and I'm not shocked about that. These things are moving fast. They're very hard to hit. That was absolutely a pot shot. So we'll see what our allies do. Sensor lock on the Assassin and the Ripper. Those are actually very useful for us. Missiles being lobbed at the Assassin. Getting a decent amount of damage done there, actually. Sniper artillery on that fire starter. Mortars on the Assassin. That did quite a bit of damage, actually. So that's pretty good. I like it. Next up is going to be our Centaur. Now, the Centaur can't get into rear arc of anybody over here. We might actually want to reserve the Centaur at this time, which I'm going to do, and see if anybody else closes in. Next would be our Bandersnatch, and the Bandersnatch is not really able to do too much here. We can fire on the sprint without moving, and that's what we're going to do. We'll try these hit odds again and see what happens. Marginally better, but not hugely better. Okay, so next up, the Ripper moves in and fires on this building. Okay. The Ripper is a pretty good target for us now, probably. How many evasive did it get from that move? Probably a fair amount. That fire starter does close in and might be a good target now for our Centaur. I'm a little concerned about the fire starters. 10 evasive, okay. I'm a little concerned about the fire starters and their probable machine guns here for our Centaur, so that is definitely a concern. I think we might actually pull the Centaur back here
Roger.
And hit the Ripper with our ER micro lasers.
Roger.
We did get a couple of hits there, so that seems okay. Yeah, I just don't want to risk the Centaur to those fire starters right now. Yeah, look where that fire starter went there. That's a really good place for us. I like it. So next up is going to be that sprint, also closing in. So we're going to really be able to come online in this next round. I like it. That assassin closing in a bit as well. They're taking up this position, but they're quite light, and we'll be able to chip through them pretty quick if we can hit them. They're continuing to fire on that mortar turret, but they just don't have the firepower to take those turrets or the buildings in the base down anytime soon. So that looks great.
Commander.
Next up would be our Epimetheus Prime, and I kind of want to position that over here for stray shot purposes. And we can fire on... Technically, it's slightly higher hit odds on the sprint. Hopefully we don't stray shot. It would be painful if we did, but I'm going to give it a go. We did manage to shoot it down. And I don't think that we stray shot our Marauder there. Hopefully we didn't. We need to check it, though. No, we did not stray shot the Marauder. At least not with anything that matters. So that's great. The Grasshopper can position here.
On my way.
And it's going to go for the Ripper VTOL. It's low hit odds, but there's a lot of armor missing from this Ripper. We could easily shoot it down if we get decent hits here. We did not, but we could have. Next up is going to be our Marauder, and I kind of want the Marauder to position and attack these guys, but we're not really in a good spot for it, so we'll instead go for the Ripper VTOL and see about taking that down. We missed everything there. Okay, well, that's not ideal, but these things are hard to hit. There's no doubt about it. They have a lot of evasive going on here, and they've got, like, ECMs and stuff. So we're going to position our Black Knight here, and we're also going to fire here. Better hit odds. We might get him. And we did. Beautiful. It's just a matter of throwing enough volume of fire at the problem.
Mech destroyed.
Well, that wasn't a mech. That was a VTOL, but whatever. Okay, turrets on this Chameleon. Looks good. The Chameleon's on rough terrain, so it's very likely to become unsteady here. Good mortar shots. I like it. I'd love to see a sniper artillery shot right here as well. Unfortunately, the sniper artillery didn't fire, but whatever. The Centaur can now engage up here, but I kind of still want to hold the Centaur in reserve because these fire starters are still active. The Chameleon also has 2 ballistic weapons that could be machine guns, so I'm going to reserve that for now. Those could do a devastating amount of damage to our Centaur. We're just going to step forward with our Bandersnatch and lob some indirect missiles, probably at the Chameleon. Definitely at the Chameleon. Let's see what we get.
Here we go.
Structure exposure took out a couple of small lasers. Okay, the Chameleon doesn't move until phase 10, so that's certainly noted. That assassin moving up. And these guys are in serious danger in this pass. No doubt about that. Reserving the Centaur again. Firestarter moves up. Confirmed that those are indeed machine guns. But this guy is in serious danger now. We've got good LOS here. I like it. So next up is our Epimetheus. I don't love these positions. So I'm going to reserve again. Because I would like to move somebody else first. I guess the Grasshopper will do. We can pot shot this Firestarter, 25% hit odds. I don't expect too much out of this, but if we do hit with that AC-20, it's going to pack a punch. Okay, we didn't, but that was still a decent amount of damage into the side arc of that Firestarter. The Chameleon moves forward. It is not happy with its situation.
I'm your Spaniel.
And our Black Knight is going to step up over here. We're closing in on this Firestarter. Light him up. Structure exposure there, and quite a lot of internal damage.
That hit something good.
Does he still have his evasive? He does. Noted. Our Centaur can now move in and start thinking about an engagement over here. We can hit this Firestarter with our micro lasers. I'm not going to do too much other than that right now. So that's 20 armor damage into that CT. And then from there, we can move our Marauder in. I don't like these obstructed LOSs here. This is much better. So we'll position the Marauder here, and we'll just continue to shoot at that Firestarter. Lots of internal damage there. But I believe that all transferred into the CT armor. Pretty much, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so the Epimetheus could position here. Both of these are kind of a bad place for the Epimetheus to be. The late AC-20 is jammed right now, though, so I feel comfortable taking this shot. At least with the MRMs, and we're just crit fishing. Yeah, pilot ejects. Okay, so we didn't even need the crit. Looks good. The Chameleon was just sensor locked. Missiles on that Assassin. Good target. I like it. Mortar on the Assassin as well. It did not do very well shooting the mortars there, but sure, I guess we'll take it. No sniper artillery again. He has ammo, apparently, but I'm not sure what's going on with that one. So our Bandersnatch is going to close in here. We could go for the Chameleon, we could go for the Firestarter, or we could go for the Assassin. Now, that Chameleon has machine guns, and we could crit fish in this exposed torso just to see if we get a kill. We might.
Special delivery.
And we did! Machine gun ammo explosion, and he's out of here. Perfect. So that looks great. Next up is the Assassin. So we're concerned about the Firestarter here. The Firestarter moves same phase as our Centaur. The Centaur absolutely should move right now. We want to get as much evasive as we can. Unfortunately, we have to hit this Firestarter side arc. And I'm not convinced this will actually be a side arc hit here. Okay, it is. We have to hit him side arc, and we have to hit him as hard as we can. So that means that we're going to be out of LRM ammo. That's fine. We know that we're not really going to need it too much anymore. So structure exposure there. The Firestarter is potentially going to do a lot of damage to our Centaur with his machine guns. However, it decided to go for a Marauder instead. That's A, incredibly ambitious, and B, not very smart.
My mech's heating up.
Okay, so the Epimetheus could move in here. Can we get past? Actually, we can. So we're going to position the Epimetheus here. We're going to fire everything we've got at the Firestarter. This will overheat us, but this could also kill the Firestarter. Hit odds are low, but we're going to see what we got.
All weapons.
Not a lot there, but we did get some damage dealt. Most importantly, because he was on the rough terrain, we got him unsteady. And what that means is that he's totally dead. We could position here. I'm thinking about this Assassin right now. I think that's the Centaur's job, to be honest. So we have so much overkill here. The Grasshopper will likely kill him, but we also have the Marauder here ready to melee him. And yeah, this Firestarter is not in a good spot. We did miss the autocannon there, so the Firestarter is going to need to back up damage from the Marauder, so that's okay. Actually, the Black Knight is here too. Right, we have the Black Knight here too. This Firestarter has seen better days. No doubt about that. So we're going to move in, and he's just dead. There's no way.
All right, hit him hard now. Then go down.
Fantastic.
All right.
So that all looks
This
good.
Done.
All that is left now is that Assassin.
Awaiting
So our Marauder isn't going to get into position to attack him. I'm just going to step slightly forward and sink some heat. Sensor lock on the Assassin. Second sensor lock on the Assassin. Mortars coming in. He is losing his evasive. Okay, he completely dies to the Centaur. Unless he dies to turrets here. And he does. Okay. The Centaur would have killed him too. And my plan was actually to use Warlord for once, but it wasn't necessary. The turrets finished him off. Darius, inform the Lyran Commonwealth that we're bringing Henriette in on charges of murder and other illegal activities. What? Now listen here. I won't... Just silenced her comms and... Understood. We'll let the Lyran Commonwealth handle her from here. Good work out there, Commander. Okay, so that is absolutely fine. We're going to have some minor armor repairs, but not much damage was taken. In terms of salvage, what are we interested in salvaging out of that? There might be some good components, like things like ferrofibrous armor, double heat sinks, but not really any chassis that we're interested in. And we have a lot of salvage, 5 priority salvage. So, yeah, we'll see what's available. It was Comstar, so it should be reasonably decent tech. And we did get about 1 million C-bills out of that. Not bad. Pays for about half of our monthly expenses. So that's absolutely great. So what are we interested in? Not really the Archer. I think. Yeah, I don't think we're really interested in the Archer. An LRM-20 isn't bad. We could certainly take that. 2 MRM-20s. That's pretty good. Machine gun Blackwells, I mean, I'm not too concerned about that. There's a Thumper artillery in here. We've already got one. But we could grab it if there's anything else. A cockpit voice. I think we already have a decent amount of case. Yeah, we have 5 of those. So I'm not too concerned about case. Do we want 2 Beagle probes? We don't have any of those in stock right now. I'll grab that unless we see anything better. 2 ferrofibrous armors, but we have 6 of those in stock right now. 2 double heat sinks. I think we ditch the cockpit voice for the double heat sinks. I'd like to have both, but I would prefer to have the double heat sinks here. Then we've got this MRM ammo. How much MRM ammo do we have right now? None? No double? 1 improved. Okay. I think we're just going to hope that we get MRM ammo out of the roulette. Let's see what we get. So we got the case, we got an Engine Core 210, which we did already have. I'm going to get rid of that. 8 standard FCSs, some Jump Jet I, Sensor Basic, standard heatsink cooling, 2 standard fusion engines. I mean, it's some cash anyway, but the roulette wasn't amazing. We did get that Archer part. Okay, cool. So that'll be fine for now. I wouldn't mind getting more MRM ammo, for sure. And MRMs are, in my opinion, just very, very good on the high end. When you get like MRM 40s and you've got like dual MRM 40s, you can do just crazy amounts of damage with that. MRM 20s are a little bit less good. No doubt about that. But they're still decent, don't get me wrong. But I absolutely love MRM 40s. MRM 40s are insane. You just get so many rolls with them. They're kind of broken, in my opinion. So that's all good. How much are we going to be looking at in terms of our repairs here? 85,000. Not bad at all. That's really, really not bad. So it's going to take 8 days for the Epimetheus. Yeah, that took that really big clustering hit in like the round 1 in the arm. So 8 days on that, but we should be able to deploy before the financial report. So no problem whatsoever there. 2, 1, and Epimetheus Prime is done. Okay, let's hop into the mech bay quick and get our promos done. Wait, this is a mech bay. Let's hop into the barracks real quick and get our promos done. That tends to help. And what do we got here? A point of tactics for Brick. I love it.
Commander?
Yep.
What else do we have here?
I'm receiving you.
Yes, Commander. Commander?
I've got your back.
Looks
ready.
like a point of gunnery for Plato. That's a solid one. We really like that.
Sending, waiting
And
for
that's
order.
it for now. Okay, so we're ready to deploy again. It is, I think, too late in the episode to really deploy here. I suppose unless we've got like a duo duel, but last time we did that, yikes. I think I'm just going to put a cut in here. It's slightly early, but sometimes these episodes go pretty late too, so we'll see. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Kintogan, Ali Lee, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12 UK, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.